All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaRakakwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, the title of lesson today is Go Out into the Highways and Byways, man, and teach. Teach your people, man. Teach them who they are. Teach them to come back to their heritage. Teach them that they forsook the Lord in their past life, and the Lord forsook them. And this is why we're in the situation that we're in. You know, reading this book through Blood or River, you understand that the Lord isn't playing when he chastises or gives discipline unto his people, okay? And the Lord disciplines who he loves, okay? And the Lord disciplined his nation, the nation that he chose, which is the Israelites, okay? We so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And our people need to know and understand that. And when you go out there to teach and help them understand who they are and teach them the law that they should keep to the best of their abilities, they'll become a better person if that's the will of the Lord for that individual. But the whole point is to go out there and teach, man, okay? Because you want, as an individual that understands and knows that he's a Hebrew Israelite or she's a Hebrew Israelite, they must do what it is that they have to do in order and decency for the Lord. Men, you're supposed to be out there teaching. Women, you're supposed to be keeping, up the household, keeping up the household, making sure the children are in order, making sure the things that the man needs as far as, day-to-day stuff is done, okay? And it's all, with balance and, helping each other. But the whole point of the lesson is, hey, go out to the highways and teach, okay? So for my first precept, this is Second Chronicles. Got them written down in a few more notes. All right, Salaki. So this is Second Chronicles chapter 17. I don't know if I got 22 up there. All right, so this is talking about King Jehoshaphat, okay? All right, and he was a good king, all right? And what he did, he had men go out there and teach the law, okay, to the children of Israel so that they may do things that are pleasing unto the Lord, okay? And this time we are teaching our nation that we are the biblical Israelites, okay? And we are teaching our people that they must repent, okay, and come back into the Lord. But the whole point is that this king sent Jake, all right, sent his noblemen, okay, out into the highways and byways, into the cities to teach, okay? So this is Second Chronicles chapter 17, verse 6. And Thawai Yabba Shema Shah for giving me the inspiration and the spirit to do this lesson. It says, I'm gonna just start at 1, and I'm going to 9. So this is Second Chronicles 17 and 1. And Jehoshaphat, and I believe in the Hebrew would be Yehoshaphat, his son reigned in his stead and strengthened himself against Israel. And he placed forces in the fenced cities of Judah and set garrisons in the land of Judah and in the cities of Ephraim, which Ahaz his father had taken. Okay, so if you read the previous chapter, I believe that there was a war going on between Israel and Judah. Okay. Verse 3, it says, and Yahweh was with Jehoshaphat because he walked in the first ways of his father David and sought not unto Balaam. So he, Jehoshaphat, okay, he did things that was in the eyes of the Lord that were right. So he kept the commandments. He didn't idol worship, none of that nonsense, okay? But sought to Yahweh power of his fathers and walked in his commandments and not after the doings of Israel. So the northern kingdom, they was in all types of, heavy idolatry, all right? Verse 5 says, therefore, Yahweh established him the kingdom in his hand, and Judah brought to Jehoshaphat presents, and he had riches and honor in abundance. It's all because he kept the laws. He did the things that was right to the Lord. So, I think it's Joshua. Yep. Okay. This is Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This is the book of the law. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. So meditate on the laws, things that you know you can keep, things that you know where you fall short on. Okay. Pick up this, pick up the scripture and say, okay, this is within one of the things I can keep within the law. Let me think about it, how I can apply it to my life. I got to work on that too. Verse 8, it says, thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Okay, just like King Jehoshaphat did, okay, or Jehoshaphat did, okay. He had good success, okay, because he kept the laws of the Lord, okay. Now I'm getting into the point of why I'm reading this scripture, this for this lesson. So verse 6, it says, and his heart was lifted up in the ways of Yahweh. Moreover, he took away the high places and groves out of Judah. So those high places and those groves were places where, Jacob would go sacrifice unto idols. An example of today is these churches and these mosques, okay, that Jake gives themselves over to sacrifice unto, false gods, man, okay. Verse 7, it says, and in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent to his princes, even to Ben-Hel, and to Obadiah, and to Zechariah, and to Nethino, and to Micah, to teach in the cities of Judah. Okay, I'm going to keep reading before I get to my points. And with them he sent Levites, even Shemaiah. If I'm saying the names wrong, Salakia. All right. Shemaiah and Nethiah and Zebediah and Ashel and Shemaramath and Jehonathan and Adonijah. Salakia if I'm saying the names wrong. Tobijah and Tobadonijah, Levites, and with them Elshammai and Jehoram, priests. So, verse 9, Salakia. And they taught in Judah and had the book of the law of Yahweh with them, and went about throughout all the cities of Judah and taught the people. So when we go out to the highways and byways, do we not have the book of the law with us? All right, we have the first 5 chapters, okay, or the first 5 books, all right, the Torah, okay. That's what they taught out of, but we have the Torah, the Old Testament, okay, and the New Testament, and we also got the Apocrypha. I don't have my Apocrypha on me. Oh, right here. Okay. We also have the Apocrypha, man. And these things we teach out of to teach our people who they are, their history, what they should be doing, okay, and what they could be doing, okay, instead of what they're doing and how to do it, okay. And what we teach them is to serve the Lord to the best of our abilities, So the whole point of me reading that is, hey, the Lord sent men to go out there and teach, okay, all right. And then, so going back into verse 7, I thought going back into verse 7. So the years of the reign of Jehoshaphat, okay, was 872 to 847 BC. So in the 3rd year, okay, which was 869 BC, he sent men out to go teach in the streets of Judah, okay. Let's fast forward to today. I believe about 1960. That's when the truth started coming out by way of Abba Bivens and all the other elders. I can't remember their names. I'm horrible with names, but I remember faces. Salakia. And then fast forward today, the fruit of Elder Abba Bivens. All right, you're looking at it now in the sense of the men of Great Millstone. Starting off with Apostle Tahar, because they went out in the streets and taught. Apostle Tahar and all the elders and apostles of Great Millstone went out in the streets and taught, and Judah and Israel, okay, started learning who they were again by mercies of the Lord, okay. So going back into verse 7 a little bit more. So I thought Obadiah and Zechariah, I know that they're prophets in the scriptures, but I thought that they were prophets around this time. So I did a little, got a little history book on the timeline of the Bible I'm making up. It's something simple that y'all could do so you can learn a little bit more history, learn about the prophets, what era they prophesied in, and what was going on in the world around the time that they were prophesying. But nonetheless, this is not Obadiah and Zechariah that prophesied later on. So Obadiah, he prophesied before the exile or during the exile of Judah out of the land of Jerusalem, okay, out of the land of Judah and Jerusalem, because the Babylonians, Nebuchadnezzar came and sacked Jerusalem about 587 BC, and that's when Obadiah was prophesying. This is a different Obadiah, all right, and this is a different Zechariah that's here in verse 7 as well in Second Chronicles. This Zechariah, all right, well, the Zechariah that's mentioned as a that has his book in the Bible, he prophesied about 520 to 518 BC, and that was after the exile. That's that's the time when they were under the rulership of Cyrus, okay, all right, because they were allowed to build a temple after King Cyrus, took down Nebuchadnezzar. All right, so that was after the exile period. So my point in saying that is Obadiah and Zechariah in Second Chronicles 17:7 is not the same prophets that prophesied later on. Before the exile or during the exile, which Obadiah prophesied in, and Zechariah prophesied after the exile of the nation of Judah, the southern kingdom, okay? But nonetheless, they went out and taught. Even Zechariah and Obadiah that preached, that prophesied later on, they went out and taught, man, in the streets, okay? Out in the streets where we should be teaching, where our people should be hearkening and listening to the words of the Lord, okay? So the whole point is this lesson is to inspire, brothers to go out there and do their best for the Lord, man. Even if you know like one or two precepts, learn some more by watching videos and studying and educating yourself, man. Go through a little history, and you can go out there and shake this kingdom, man. Okay, because that's what you're supposed to do with the words of the Lord. So this is Proverbs chapter 1, and I'm gonna start at verse 20. It says, "Wisdom cried without; she uttered her voice in the streets. She cries in the chief places of concourse and the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her voice, she uttered her words, saying," and this wisdom that's crying out in the streets is being brought out through the spirit of Yahweh, through the wisdom and understanding that was given unto the men that the Lord set up to teach, but could possibly be you. You got to do a little studying, praying, have faith, and have the confidence that the Lord's going to be with you when you go out there to preach, and then go out and preach. All right. It says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in scorning, and fools hate knowledge?" Okay, so that's what wisdom is saying out there. Okay, that's what wisdom is saying out there by when we go out there and teach. Hey, return back into your power. How long are you gonna let the so-called white man, trick you into thinking that you're an African, or you're other than somebody that has been drastically affected by your decisions based on what the Lord said that we should be doing. Okay, you can't let Esau further, put you in a trick bag. That's the message that we give into our people. Okay, but the whole point of this is going out to the streets, man, and teaching. That's what we're supposed to do as men of the Lord. Okay, we can't be in the house punching on the keyboard, being keyboard warriors, posting comments on comment boards of brothers' videos, and not doing any other work other than that, man. Okay, because the Lord gave you this opportunity. You got to take advantage of this opportunity and go out there and do your best for the Lord, man. All right, and that means standing in the cold, standing in the rain, standing in the hot sun, whatever type of adversity may come about you when you're outside in the highways and byways, you got to endure that, man, and stay calm and be ready to stand for the Lord. Okay, so Continuing on, this is one of the adversities that Isaiah. It's not really an adversity, but this is something that he went through to prove a point and to prove a point to Israel what's going to happen to them. All right. So this is Isaiah chapter 20. Yep, it's 20. All right, I'm starting at 1. In the year that a Tartan came unto Ashdod, when Shargan, the king of Assyria, sent him and fought against Ashdod and took it. At the same time spake Yahweh by Isaiah the son of Amos, saying, Go and loose the sackcloth off thy loins, and put off thy shoe from thy foot. And he did so, walking naked and barefoot. Okay, so when Isaiah was prophesying, he wasn't prophesying in his house. All right, Isaiah wasn't prophesying in his house. All right, so when the Lord told him to go out and get and be butt naked prophesying, he was outside in the streets prophesying, in the cities prophesying, butt naked. Okay, and Yahweh said, like as my servant Isaiah hath walked naked and barefoot 3 years for a sign and a wonder unto Egypt and unto Ethiopia. Okay, so shall the king of Assyria lead away the Egyptians prisoners and the Ethiopians captive, young and old, naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered, to the shame of Egypt. Okay, so my whole point in pulling that out is that when Isaiah prophesied butt naked, he wasn't prophesying in his house, man. All right, and when the king of Assyria took away those individuals captives from Egypt, all right, they may have been in their houses, but when they walked down when they was being taken into captivity, they was walking down the street, okay, butt naked, just like Isaiah was. So the whole point of reading this is to show you that you have to be outside prophesying, man. All right, that's where you're supposed to be prophesying, outside. Okay, even the Lord Yahweh prophesied outside, man. Okay, he wasn't in the crib chilling on the phone, calling the apostles or his disciples on the phone. All right, saying, "Hey, we about to go over here and do whatever." Blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. No, he was out there. All right, he was out there, just like we need to be out there. Okay, so the people can see Isaiah 37, Ezekiel 37 to come to pass, okay? The Lord, the dry bones, the valley of the dry bones, raising up, okay? They being the Lord put the spirit on men, okay, to go out there and teach, to raise up the dry bones, man. And those men that are out there teaching, they were a part of the dry bones, and they got some skin on them. They got the word in them, they got the breath of life in them, and the Lord allowed them to go out there and preach. You got to do the same thing, all right? Especially if you want to be delivered up out of here. If it's your lot to prophesy, then go out and prophesy. All right. So this is Mark chapter 1, verse 14. All right. Now after John was put in prison, Yahushua came into Galilee, which is a city, okay, preaching the gospel of the kingdom of heaven, and saying, the time is fulfilled and the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. Repent ye and believe the gospel. So this is the same message that John the Baptist Yep. Let me get it right. Yep. John the Baptist, because John the Revelator is somebody different, Salaki. So John the Baptist was preaching, saying that the kingdom of heaven is at hand, but they were doing it outside. It wasn't doing it in a comfortable place, man. Okay. So it says, verse 16, now as he walked by the sea of Galilee, which proved that he was outside in the cities where we need to be, okay, on the highways and byways, okay, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And Yahushua said unto them, come ye after me, and he followed him, and I will make you to become fishers of men. So how you going to fish for men if you being a keyboard warrior? How you going to fish for men if you're not doing nothing for the Lord, man? All right, so we got to go out into the highways, man. Okay, be confident that our power is going to be with us, man. Also, when I was, doing my little morning routine, I was listening to Second Chronicles. I can't remember what chapter it was, but the scriptures was saying that the battles that we fight are the Lord's battle. So if the Lord is with you, you're gonna win your battles, man. You just got to be confident about that. You got to have faith in that, man. And every time we go out to the highways and byways, man, all right, the Lord never leaves us confounded, man. So the Lord's always going to be with us, man, especially if you're doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Just have confidence and believe, all right? So continuing on in Mark, the first chapter, verse 18, and straightway they forsook their nets and followed him. And when he had gone a little further thence, he saw James and Zebedee and John his brother, who were also in the ship mending their nets. And straightway he called them. He didn't pick up a phone and call them. Okay, hey, they were somewhere probably out at sea or about to get on the boat, and he was like, hey, you follow me. I'm gonna show you how to do this. I'm gonna show you how to, be a man of the Most High. And straightway he called them, and they left their father Zebedee in the ship, and Salakia with the higher service, and went after him. And this is all this whole point is to show you that you got to be outside, man. You got to be outside preaching, man. You can't be a keyboard warrior, man. You can't be somebody that's settled on their leads, comfortable, okay? Because the Lord's about to make things very uncomfortable, and you want to know and make sure that you did all you could to stand stiffly for the Lord, man. And this even in the times right now, man, where we gotta be preaching, making videos, going out to the highways and byways, teaching, showing forth love to brothers, and showing forth love to our people, man. All right. This is my closing precept. This is Matthew chapter 22, and start at verse 9. And I'm gonna read it in I think it's the NIV. Yep, I'm gonna read it in NIV too. It says, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests." Okay. So what we do when we go out into the highways and byways, man, we go out there to preach, man. All right. Just like the Lord in this parable, okay, which if you understand the parable is speaking about, hey, go out there and preach, man, to bring those individuals that's supposed to hear the word, okay, and do the things that the Lord commanded them to do to be saved. And those that heard the word and not supposed to be saved, they're not going to be saved, the good and the bad, just like it said in the verse 10. But go out there and preach, man. Go out there, and those individuals that's supposed to be married to the Lord spiritually, okay, and they're going to get up and do the work and believe and have faith and have confidence, they're going to go do it, man. Okay, they're going to be married to the Lord in that way. But you're supposed to be that fisherman. Okay, right now we still fishing, man. Okay, so you're supposed to be that individual that's on the highways and hedges fishing for those elect men. Okay. So let me read this in the NIV, and I'm gonna get their word highways too. So this is Matthew 22 and 9 in the NIV. It says, "So go to the street corners and invite to the banquet everyone you find." So the servants went out into the streets and gathered all the people they could find, the bad as well as the good, and the wedding hall was filled with guests. Okay, so where do you see brothers preaching at? All right, on street corners, man. Okay, with signs, with Bibles, with garments. Okay, all right, telling the Israelites who they are, man. Bidding those individuals that's supposed to be sitting at the marriage that's supposed to be at the marriage supper with the Lord, man. Okay, the elect, man, and the Lord is going to pay you for that. Okay, the Lord's going to give you everything beyond the your wildest imagination, man. Okay. Oh yeah, let me get this word for highways. And it's just gonna repeat the same thing. All right. So the word for highways in the Greek is
Strong's G 1327. Diexodos.
All right, diexodos. Okay. And I'm gonna read definition B. It says the places before the city where the roads from the country terminate. Therefore, outlets of the country, highways, also entrances into the city. Okay, so entrances and exits to the city, man. Okay, or entrances and exits to a neighborhood, all right, or a shopping center, or I'm trying to see, or just the entrances and exits, man, to where you're gonna see people coming in and out, man. Okay. You see brothers at shopping centers. You see brothers in front of stores. You see brothers just like just on any corner, man. That's where the Lord put them to teach, and He's gonna the Lord through the Spirit of the Lord, He's gonna gather who He's supposed to gather, where that brother's standing at. But the whole point is to go out into the cities, man. Go out into the highways and hedges, man, and teach. Not to sit on a computer or not do nothing for the Lord at all, man. When you know this truth, man. Okay. So Lord, will you brothers and sisters are edified. This is supposed to be for encouragement, man, not to disencourage anybody, but go out there and teach, man, because World War III is about to pop off, man. The brother put in the group chat. Let me see. The civilians in Ukraine, they preparing for war, but it said about 50,000 of them could die. Let me see. Where's that joint at? Yep, right here. This is
On the brink of war,
look at
residents in
that.
Kyiv are preparing for
Look
battle.
at that.
That
On the
U.S.
brink of
intel
war,
assessment
man.
warning
It's about
that
to
the
get
city could
popping
fall
out
in
here,
a
man.
matter
So
of
if you're supposed to
days.
be
The
teaching,
event of a
go out
full-scale
there and
invasion
teach,
by
man.
Russia. The
Go out
potential
there and do
toll
what you gotta do
immense.
for the Lord to the
25
best
to
of your
50,000
ability, man.
Ukrainian civilians could die.
Look
And
at
another
that.
1 to 5 million may be forced to flee their country, many to nearby Poland. Alina Ulyanova says she's not going anywhere. She's training on the weekend with her 2 teenage boys. Are you scared for your family?
You're all going to die someday, and the thing you can do is you can live your life in dignity.
These ordinary citizens are learning to handle weapons, administer first aid, and evacuate the wounded. They're learning potentially life-saving skills. Many here say they hope it doesn't come to this, but they're prepared to defend their homeland.
Hey, we hope it comes to that, man, because we don't care about these damn other nations, man. We care about our people. We care about the kingdom being set up. So if they got to die for the kingdom to be set up, oh, well, so be it. Fuck them, okay? But the whole point is, hey, things are popping off, man, and we need to be out there as much as we can doing all that we can for the Lord, man. So go out there and teach if it's your will, man. Pray to the Lord, man, and have faith and have confidence that the Lord's going to be with you, man. So Lord will, you is edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto you. How about Shimi Al-Shai, by Shimi Al-Dash? I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to whomever may be on the comment board. Yahba Shimi Al-Shai, by the thumb. And shalom. Yep. Yeah, hey, that's right, brother. Fuck them. Yeah, then you right, brother. That's right, brother. Fuck them. Because we want the kingdom, man. All right? And they're going to be slaves in the kingdom anyway. So, Lord will, you is edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to you. How about Shema Shai, about Shema Kakadash? I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom, Akim, Yahabah Shema Shai, Bakatham, Kwam Yasharala, and Mawaf Lababar. Shalom. And Thawada for being here, Akim. Shalom.